You're kissing him, right? Try as much as possible to caress his back. Alternate it. Don't go and be sucking just lower lip. Are you milking it? The lighter you go, the better. Shongbo. I need you to see it very well. Let me turn this way, right? You go like this. Remember, I'm making sounds. I do not. I'm kissing my hand and I am making sound. It is me that is kissing myself, or it is self-kiss, but I am making sound unconsciously. You see how I'm moving? This is not a human being. Maybe when I eventually marry, I can coerce my husband to come and kiss on screen. I doubt I would ever do that. I doubt I would ever do that. But yeah, this is it. Yo, listen, guys. It is raining cats and dogs in Abuja. Let me get my mic. I'm coming. Wait for me. Let me shift my lights very well so that you guys can see. It's raining cats and dogs in Nigeria, like I said earlier. And I want to take out time to teach you guys how to kiss, because I have seen a lot of videos on social media platforms, especially of grooms kissing their wives or their brides. And I'm like, yo, is this what you're going to be doing in a bedroom behind closed doors? Nah. Listen, I know kissing is not an African thing. If you were to go back in time, times of our forefathers, what we used to do then was just go in. We don't even do foreplay. Over time, we learned, we saw how the Western world did it, especially in adult movies. And we started to incorporate that into our sexual activities in the bedroom. But still, we're not getting it right, because the right way to kiss is still missing. When I see videos on social media platforms, especially on Instagram, of a groom kissing the bride, and it seems as if they want to swallow the bride's mouth and even swallow the nose inclusive. Listen, darling, there are ways to do this thing, and it will become one of the most intimate things that you would ever do before you even have intercourse with your wife, or before you even have intercourse with your husbands. So lay down that pride right now and unlearn to relearn, so that you can be the best kisser, the good kisser that you were built to be. Okay? First and foremost, ladies, make sure your lips are not chapped. Make sure that they're moisturized. I have a couple of lip gloss over here. I don't even have a man, and I have a lot of lip gloss. You have a man, you have a husband, and you're not using lip gloss. Why? Tell me why. You've got to have a lot of them. So what I do is, I don't let my lips go dry or chapped. I use them all the time. Because what you do is that because what this lip gloss do is that they make your lips plump, succulent, and all those wrinkly lines that you see on your lips, it takes them, it softens them, and it makes them plump. Because you need a soft lips, soft, juicy lips for this kiss to make sense. Because there are some kisses that you have, it just doesn't, you don't understand what's happening. It just doesn't make sense to you. It has got to make sense for it to flow, for the chemistry, for the oxytocin, the dopamine, the vasopressin, all of the sensine to make sense. Now we've gotten over the lips. Now for the men, you have Vaseline. Use Vaseline. Vaseline is not just for you to stroke down there. I don't even know why anyone would use Vaseline, because it would be too oily. All right? Vaseline is not just for you to just be wanking. Use it on your lips. It is not a bad thing. It doesn't make you gay. It doesn't make you none of that. Stop being afraid that every little thing that you do or every little thing that seems feminine will make you gay. It wouldn't. A man who is secure in his masculinity will not be scared to use skin products. Because listen, we as women, we want to age gracefully, but we also want to do it gracefully with our men. We also want a situation where we're aging gracefully with our men. Because I love to see couples on Instagram. There is this particular old couple. They're white. And you see how trimmed they are. Why is this mic falling? Oh, my button. You see how trimmed they are. You see how athletic they are. It only goes to show that they've been putting in work. All right? Because you need to stay fit. You need to look good for the attraction to come alive. One of the reasons why the attraction die in your marriage or in your relationship in the long run, especially if you've been on for 10, 20 years, while the bedroom becomes redundant and stagnant, is because the attraction has been lost. And you lost that attraction by letting yourself go. You think women are not visual? My darling, we are the most visual creatures on earth. Just as you are visual, we are practically visual. So use Vaseline, rub it, so that when she meets you, she sees how succulent your lips are. She would want to kiss you. And another one again is make sure that you brush your teeth 2 times in a day. Am I making sense? Make sure that you brush your teeth 2 times in a day, because nobody wants to put their lips or breathe in your bad odor, your mouth odor. See, for me, if I kiss you and I get a whiff of mouth odor, that garlic smell, listen, it will turn me off. The skills that I would have brought to the table, I would just leave it. It would just go down the drain, because I won't be able to swallow that odor. So do yourself a service and your partner a service by brushing your mouth, brushing your teeth. Use a tongue scraper and scrape your tongue, because most of the odor comes from the tongue. If your tongue is not pinkish or maybe reddish, whatever the color is, then know that you haven't even done a good job. Use a tongue scraper and scrape your tongue. Go to the back of your throat and scrape it. Use a mouthwash. If you cannot use a mouthwash, use alcohol to rinse your teeth. Give your partner fresh breath. Okay? So much so that when you even sleep at night, because you've already brushed your teeth before going back to bed, when you wake up in the morning, you're able to kiss your partner because you've brushed your mouth and you've brushed your tongue. So that thing that people say, oh, morning breath, even if you have morning breath, it will not be as bad as when you do not even brush your tongue. Okay? That's that. Now, let's come down to the kissing after we've done all the basic hygiene. Understand that your nose should never meet each other. It should never, the tip of your nose should never bump that of your partner's nose. Tilt your neck. So once your partner is coming like this, you're tilting like this. And then hold the back of your partner's head or maybe neck. If you're a woman, whatever makes you feel cool, you can just slide your hands behind his back and what? Hold him. And then press him closer to your chest. Place your hands. Where's my... So this is your partner, right? Hold him. Glide your hands through his back like so. And hold. Make sure that you're tilting your head this way. Anyway, hold him close. And then you kiss. I don't have a partner, so bear with me. You kiss. Start with the lower lips, whatever lip. Usually I would like to start with the lower lips because it's soft, it's plump, it's fresh, I think, to start. Alternate it. Don't go and be sucking just lower lip. Are you milking it? Is there lip milk in there? Because I see some people just concentrate on one lip and they suck it. The lips are very sensitive. They're soft. And because they're soft, they have lots of nerve endings. So the lighter you go, the better. Shongbo. The lighter you go, the better. And you as a partner who is receiving, make sure that you're not just opening your mouth like that and just engulfing or absorbing all the things that your partner is doing on your lips. Because there are some people you're kissing and your mouths are just open. They're not doing anything. Not even wiggling their tongue. Nothing, none of that. And you who is kissing, you're wondering what's going on. Are they feeling it or they're not feeling it at all? Because the truth is, how your partner responds and how your partner receives also tells whether you're doing a good job or not. There's got to be synchronicity as well. Everything, sexuality has got to be synchronized. So if you're not getting any form of synchronicity, if there's no rhythm, if both of you are not dancing in whatever sexual activity is going on, then you guys are not in sync. Okay? So you go on. I have many videos on how to kiss. So this is just like maybe an advanced level. All right? So this is your partner's lips, right? So you go. Listen, know how to play with the tongue. All right? First, you go with your lips. Slowly. Did you see how my lips glided? I need you to see it very well. Let me turn this way, right? You go like this. Remember, I'm making sounds. I do not. I'm kissing my hand and I am making sound. It is me that is kissing myself, or it is self-kiss, but I am making sound unconsciously because I am feeling it. Not literally, like I am imagining myself kissing my husband, my future husband, and I am feeling it. You've got to have a mental picture of what's going on. whilst your eyes are closed. I don't know who kisses with their eyes open. What are you watching? Like, are you scared? What are you trying to see? All right. So you go like that. Did you see how I allowed my lips glide through his lower lips and then engulfing or gulping his upper lip? I'm not gulping it into my mouth, like I'm not sucking it. I'm just after doing that, you could just pat your lips on his lips. I am assuming that he's also going to pat his lips on your lips. So you're kissing him, right? Try as much as possible to caress his back and squeeze. I hope my mic is not. Let me put my mic here. Try as much as possible to caress his back and squeeze. And then run your hand down his spine. Then you can go through the neck, the back of his neck. While you're tilting and kissing, you're in the mood. If he's got hair or no hair, caress his head. Because what you do when you caress your man's head is that it gives that tingling sensation and it makes that brain squeeze. Have you ever listened to ASMR? Where I usually listen to ASMR, especially at night because I don't sleep at night. I have like insomnia. So what helps me sleep at night is when I watch in ASMR, those people who whisper and make all those sounds like, you know, it gives you that tingling sensation in your brain. It's as if your brain is squeezing in, and it's so sweet. Like, it's so, that's what you do when you caress him. Don't just stand there. He shouldn't be the only one who is grabbing your waist and pulling you to him. You can also grab his butt as well and pull his hips to yours as you're kissing. Softly, like that. And then you can go to his neck. You see how I'm moving? This is not a human being. Maybe when I eventually marry, I can coerce my husband to come and kiss on screen. I doubt I would ever do that. I doubt I would ever do that. But yeah, this is it. So make sure that you're caressing. These are part of the things that make you a great kisser, you know, and be soft about it. Except it's that time of the month where you want to have it really quick, really rough, really, then you can go and scratch his back with your nails. If you've got nails, scratch his back and run it down. And all this while you're making sounds. Then when you finish kissing, you unlock your lips and look at him with the most sexy eyes ever. And if you want to be dominant, you can even cup his face like so and bring his chin to yours and mwah, 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 mwah. You know what I mean? And then they say the rest is history. All right. Now, another thing that I want to teach you, another trick that I want to teach you on how to kiss your man real good is his tongue while you're kissing him, right? Let's say this is his mouth. You're kissing him and you reach into his tongue and just hold the tip of his tongue with your teeth, in between your teeth. Lightly, you're not biting it. Like so. Because what? You want to concentrate on this tip. Now, assuming this is your partner's tongue, you held it like so. Wiggle it. Wiggle the tip of your tongue against the tip of his tongue. Let me tell you what this does. The tip of the tongue is very sensitive. There are nerve endings there. And so when you wiggle your tongue against the tip of his tongue, it will give him a sensation that is mad. Make sure that he's closing his eyes while you're doing that, right? So you're just wiggling the tongue. Sometimes both of you can even swirl your tongue against each other's tongue, right? Like so. And then you drive your tongue in. So what that does is that you're introducing your tongue first before you drive it in. When you drive in your tongue, that's when you start to play with each other's tongue in and out. You bring it out and you go and you dive in again. You swirl each other's tongue. You diving again, swirl. You pull out and then grab his lower lips, upper lips, and dive in back again. So more or less, you're diving in, you're swirling the tongues to each, you're swirling the tongue against each other, both of you. That's where the synchronicity comes in. You're swirling the tongue together, you're diving in again, and you're swirling, you come out, you peck or you kiss the lips, you gulp the lower lips, gulp the upper lip, and make it as sloppy as possible. When I mean sloppy, not in such a way where the saliva is pouring out of your lips. No. Sloppy in a sense that you have a little bit of fluid in there so that you're not kissing and your mouths are dry. You don't want that, all right? And then do not use too much saliva because you don't want it to be so sloppy. Now, if you're a really freaky partner and you want to create much deeper bond, you can even kiss in such a way that, and this one is both of you are not standing. Maybe you as a woman, you're trying to be dominant. You're on top of him. He's laying down. You kiss, and then you drop a little bit of saliva into his mouth, a little bit, and then you go in and you swirl in with your tongue, and then you kiss him. And that's for the freaks. That's for the freaks. I don't know how to explain it, but that's for the freaks. If you really are that nasty, and I like it nasty, what do you expect? So, what else again? What other tip can I tell you? What other tip is there? Then, when you give it a break, like a little bit of break, you come and you use your tongue, the tip of your tongue, and just play, on the lips, especially the lower lip, because the lower lip is way more sensitive than the upper lip. All right, you could just play around it like so. Do you understand? And then at the end of the day, you can just give it a bite, a slight bite. Don't go and bite his lips and give him so a slight one, and you drag it a little and let the lips just let the lip go to give it a bounce. Do you get what I mean? So from there, you can go on and touch other erogenous spots like the ears, like you can go on and kiss his, the side of his lips, and then you trace your way to his earlobes. If you're very sensitive there, because that's another sensitive area, just play around it. You can give him a kiss on his forehead. You can give a kiss anywhere else that you so please or you so love. All right. And that's it. That's it. Do you get what I mean? And if you want to be really, really freaky, you can choke his neck a little bit, just a little bit. There is no effects to that, too, let me tell you. But the fact that he's choking you a little bit, like it's lightly, just hold him. It just shows dominance in some way. And you kiss him. Voila, you're good to go. Eh? So don't go and be kissing in public and kiss is not making sense. You know, when I see people kissing on Instagram, I just rate how their sex life will be. I'm sorry. They could be really good when it comes to that area. But if you don't know how to kiss very well, how would you be able to go down and do the do? How would you be able to, darling, darling? All right, so I just said, let me come and teach you ladies and some of you men, mostly the men, how to kiss, because in 2020, the second half of 2025, the bedroom has got to be blazing hot, like fire for fire, fire for fire, fire for fire, in such a way that you can never, ever see your marriage go down the drain sexually. Nah, not on my watch. Okay, so this is where I ended. Until I come your way. When I come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.